Morning, Alex. I was about to call you.
Morning, sir. I think you must have received all the details regarding your new case.
Yeah, I have gone through them.
Good. This incident happened almost 3 weeks before, and the case was handled by me, and I ended the case. Reporting the incident as accidental death, but I haven't finalized the report. Now that the family of his has filed for a re-investigation with the IG at this time. They're kind of high class actually. What can I do, sir? You might have seen a footprint from the crime scene. Sir, are you there?
Yeah, I heard you. It was a footprint, right?
Yes, it was having a shoe print of a man's estimated as size of man, matching the size of our victim. But the interesting fact is that in our victim's shoes, there is no trace of his own blood.
He must be either the first person to see his dead body or the last person to see him alive. Last night I have tested you. That I have to question again. Few main suspects in my perspective.
Yeah, sir, I saw that. Abhishek, Samuel, and Samantha. Sir, Abhishek used to be a former business partner of our victim Simon. Samuel was the business rival to Simon, and they ended their rivalry, as I know. But Samantha.
But I noticed that Samantha is the one who our victim used to call the most. And what surprised me the most was that there is no tape recording or any file record regarding this girl. There is no interrogation done against this girl.
Sorry, sir. Actually, I had an interrogation. It's not as if it's an interrogation, but I mean that Samantha was our victim's girlfriend. I think they were deeply in love. And on the day I called to attend the interrogation, and she was broken down on tears. I just had a few basic questions on her calls, but I couldn't bear her sadness.
Tell me, how can I interrogate these individuals?
Sir, as of the current COVID situation, our suspects may not be able to reach the station. As for Samuel, he's completely broke and he sold most of his property to hold himself. And his meat can be made in person. But Abhishek and Samantha are out of state, sir.
Why?
Before the lockdown, Abhishek was facing a case at the Supreme Court and he got stuck in Delhi. We can arrange a virtual meeting with him, sir.
Okay, what about Samantha?
It looks like their relationship were cold, and I came to know that she left with the family out of the state before the lockdown started. And so 2 days before she had a suicide attempt to her soul, sir. May her still recover from the death of her boyfriend. That's all I know about it.
Okay, thank you.
അശ നിന്റെ അടുത്ത് അവിടെ അല്ലല്ലോ കേട്ടാ കെട്ടാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്. എന്തെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അത് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാതെ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും നോക്കിയിരുന്ന് ആ ഫോണിലും കുത്തി കുത്തി ഇരുന്നോളണം.
Amma, but why?
എടാ മാസ്ക് വെച്ചിട്ട് പോടാ. കോവിഡിന് പോലീസിനെ പേടിയാണ്. കോവിഡ് തീർന്നിട്ട് പോലും ഇല്ല. വീട്ടിൽ കൊച്ചുങ്ങളുള്ള കാര്യം നീ മറന്നുപോയാ?
Let's cut the bullshit and go straight to the point. I'm not Alex, who obeys you like a pet, and not some guy who trusts your crabs. You and Simon were dogfighting in his office a few days before his death, and there are many witnesses who heard you calling out that I will bury you for this. Got any good explanation, Mr. Midhun?
Sorry about that. I have told many cops like you that I will kill you. Here, did I kill them? I was literally like a fucking rich guy a few months before. And now, I had to sell all my assets to stabilize myself now, not to go completely broke because of that brat.
We know you hated Simon. That night at the charity ball event, you might have got into a fight at the stairs. It might not be planned, but accidental or because a quick burst of anger. Just a push and watching the guy who made you broke die. Just confess and let's end the crap here now. Or prove it wrong. Where's your alibi?
Sure, I wish that I was the one who killed that bastard, but you got my hands clean here.
You wish, right? That's smart. May I know why your phone's location pinged a few kilometers away from the event that night? And also, why you liquidated your last assets, a gun in the pawn shop the day after his death?
I sold the gun because that was the last of my assets. I had to sell off these things to not go completely broke.
Selling the gun is acceptable in the way to tell for sure. But what about the second item you sold? An Italian loafer of an appropriate size between 7 to 8, which almost matches with the footprint we found on the crime scene.
You're actually good at findings. But you got something wrong in your findings.
ഇതെങ്ങനെ ശരിയാവും? ഇവൻ്റെ ഷൂ സൈസ് ഇതല്ലല്ലോ ആവേണ്ടത്.
ഷർട്ട് എവിടെ? ബൈക്കിന്റെ പുറത്തൊന്ന് നടന്നു വരാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പോയി എടുത്തിട്ട് വേണം.
Good evening, officer. How may I help you?
Look, Samantha, I know you have gone through many things by now. Losing your love would be too painful at this age, and I appreciate you on talking to me after all that happened. I am here just to gather few information about you and the knowledge you knew about Simon. How was your relationship with Simon? Was he angry or always busy with his work, or
For him, I was more important than his work. He gets on anger sometimes, but will be begging for forgiveness after a while, like a child.
Samantha, you might be the last person who would have seen him before he died, as the witness says at the charity ball event.
He asked me to stay a while after the party, as he wanted to spend more time with me. But I had a light intake. I told him I had to leave. I left the party through the back entrance. I reached home late and I tried to call him, but he didn't pick up.
So you know any of his business rival? Any stressful situation you has been on lately?
He doesn't like to discuss his business with me while I talks. But he mentioned he had a few rivals in his business. One day when I asked him, as I found him stressed.
You must have known about Abhishek, Simon's old partner, whom Simon exposed to the public as a fraud. But Abhishek still tries to convince the public that Simon was the one who is actually the fraud and had scammed him well in the media. You know anything about that?
I just told you I don't know anything about his business. This Abhishek seemed to be a good guy when I met him. But turns out he's bad in the news. And I don't know anything much better than that. All I know is that Simon is a selfish guy who loved me a lot and he was
I believe you, and I know you are exhausted and just want all this to end. At this point, we find Abhishek looking guiltier. People all have different mindset, and we can't actually read anyone's mind. Some people lie or just hide few things from others, thinking it would be better for others or for themselves to forget what actually happened. All I wanted to tell is that it might end nice to you, maybe. But for many other peoples, these small lies or hidings can ruin their life completely. So now is your time, Samantha. If you have anything else to confess on this, anything at all. Okay then, Samantha, take care. Good to have you talk with me. If you have anything more to tell, feel free to contact me anytime. Thank you. Hello Abhishek. It's finally very warm to meet with you. You were Simon's former business partner, now bankrupted and completely broke after Simon exposed you as a fraud, which you deny and says as Simon is the real scammer and fraud.
Simon got it money from China. He had a very good image in it. Few people. And one day, someone selling valuable information from clients, the transaction, the details.
Little did I know that turn the evidence against me and show the world and my family that I'm a fraud. Till now, I'm completely broke fighting for justice in the court. And now, I'm so happy that he died and the step left to move to save him. Sorry, was down there.
You are talking as if you have saw the entire death by yourself, and you left him to die. And also, you were at the charity ball event, Mr. Abhishek.
I was there to talk to him of the case and he was busy.
And was with your girlfriend Samantha.
So I left the party early.
Mr. Abhishek, anyone saw you leave the party early? And also you said Samantha, right? You know about her and their relationship well.
Samantha was a college mate. She fell in love with someone last year. Poor girl. Simon is a brat who treats women like a servant. Poor girl fell for his trap. His ex-lover has told me many times that he ends up blackmailing them with their private pics.
One last question, Abhishek. We checked on your call log and found that you used to call Midhun a few days after Simon's death. May I know why?
I immediately when I called him. He told me he was no good. That's all.
Okay then. That's all. Thank you, Abhishek.
ഈ കേസ് എന്താ ഇങ്ങനെ പോകുന്നത്? ചിലപ്പോൾ എല്ലാ കേസും എളുപ്പത്തിൽ തെളിയിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമെന്നുള്ള എൻ്റെ ഓവർ കോൺഫിഡൻസ് കാണുമായിരിക്കും. വാട്ട് ഡിഡ് ഐ മിസ്? It was never a planned murder. All it was is an accidental death or accidental murder. Simon must have pulled off his same trap to all girls on Samantha at the back stairs. He must have blackmailed her with her pics. They might had an argue at the stairs, trying to grab the phone. Maybe as he pulled back hard, he slipped back to the stairs. He might have not died soon, but partially paralyzed, bleeding heart. That must be the point when Abhishek enters the scene. Abhishek, who have a soft corner or crush on Samantha, left Simon to die at the stairs and accidentally had his leg on the blood, but he ran to Midhun, cause an enemy of an enemy is a friend who helped him to sell the shoes with the blood to the pawn shop.